guys, it's Quana back again with another Mommy Movie Night review. This weekend we took the kids out of the house and loaded up the van to go see Lightyear, the new Pixar animated film. This film is a prequel to the Toy Story franchise. Let me tell you, the kids were super excited. Friday night they got Happy Meals at McDonald's, and so they got their new Lightyear toys. They were super excited and very surprised to go see this film. And I will say this, I was pleasantly surprised by this film as well. I don't know why. I always do this. I somehow, or for some reason, doubt Pixar and don't think I'm going to fall in love with one of their films, and they prove me wrong each and every time. So I'm going to go ahead and go into a non-spoiler review, and hopefully this will prove to you why you should give Lightyear a try if you're thinking about it for this weekend's viewing. Before we get started, do me a favor and please click the subscribe button down below. Also give this video a thumbs up and make sure that you come back for future reviews. Future? Maybe past. I don't know. What is time? What is time? And that is one of the main components of this film. So this film is a prequel to the Toy Story franchise, and it is based around the concept of this is the movie that young Andy would have seen prior to or in Toy Story 1 that makes him want the Buzz Lightyear doll and then makes him Buzz obsessed. And after seeing this movie, I can kind of tell why he was obsessed with Buzz. Now, going into this film, I was very, very nervous because when I think of Toy Story, I think of Woody, and then I think of Buzz, and I think of their friendship. And we've had now 4 Toy Story films to really fall in love with those characters and to fall in love with these characters together as a set. So to break up the set and only do a Lightyear movie, I was a little nervous, but I could kind of see why this would work, especially juxtaposed to starting with a Woody film, because Buzz Lightyear is going to give you a space adventure, and there's a whole world there that we know is the backstory of Buzz that we've kind of already seen Woody's backstory in Toy Story 2, and this gives us a little bit more of Buzz's story, but in a different way. And because it's not exactly Buzz the Toy story, it allows them to do some things a little differently. We get a more sleek looking, younger looking Buzz Lightyear, voiced by Chris Evans, who does a phenomenal job. About 5 minutes into the movie, I had almost forgotten that this was not Tim Allen. He does a really good job of doing a voice that is an homage to Tim Allen's Buzz, but makes it believable that this is what you would be seeing in an adventure story versus Tim Allen's voice, which is more kind of toyish and bigger and larger and kind of an elevated concept of Buzz Lightyear. Like the toy version of Buzz Lightyear is who Buzz becomes by the end of the film, and Chris Evans' voice is the journey of Buzz, and I really like the idea of that. You've also got some other great voice actors in this. You've got Taika Waititi. He is just slaying with Disney. Get your Disney coin, dude. I love it. You've got Keke Palmer. I adore Keke Palmer. Keke Palmer is someone who stays worked, stays booked and busy at all times, and I love that for her. But there are times when her voice, it's so recognizable that it can be off-putting, and I get really nervous for some of her roles because her voice is so recognizable to me. This time, I actually was able to forget that I was listening to Keke Palmer and fully believe that I was listening to the character of Izzy Hawthorne. You've also got Uzo Aduba, who plays Alicia Hawthorne, who is Buzz's best friend at the beginning of the film. She does a great job in this, brings a lot of heart and warmth and that kind of maternal energy to the character, which really says a lot about the journey that Buzz is going to take in this film. Just a lot of great voice actors all throughout this project. But I want to talk a little bit about the film itself. So the basic plot line is that Buzz's character has a mission mishap, and he is trying to figure out how to travel through space at the speed of light, essentially to fix his error and return his people back home. The overarching theme is in learning how to trust and depend on others, learning to accept our mistakes and to learn and to grow from them. And I love the way that his arc in this film, it loosely mimics the arc of Woody and Buzz in the Toy Story movies. It's almost as though the character of Buzz, or the toy of Buzz, is an older version of this character, and yet he hasn't fully realized his potential yet, and this film is like the realization of his potential. We fully enjoyed everything about the film, the way that it looked, the pacing was good. It didn't feel like we were there too long. When it ended, it felt like it ended at a really good place. There are 3 post-credit scenes, so stay till the very, very end of the movie if you're going to go watch it. And the number one best character. I feel like in this movie, Pixar and Disney finally get the animal sidekick completely right. There's a character introduced by the name of Socks the cat, and Socks the cat steals the show. On the ride home, we asked the kids what was their favorite part of the movie, and they all said something to do with Socks the cat. Socks the cat definitely steals the show. Makes me want to see future Socks the cat. I want to see little mini episodes or short films with Socks the cat, because Socks the cat was such an adorable and unique character, and it didn't feel too gimmicky. And sometimes those animal sidekicks can feel very gimmicky, but it didn't feel that way. I felt like he was a necessary element to the plot, so that was really refreshing. Yeah, I definitely think, like, at this point, go check out Lightyear. You're going to enjoy it. I think I want to do a sequel to this video where I talk about some of the things, because there are not any like really strong criticisms that I had of the film, but there were a couple of plot elements that I wished had gotten kind of like fully fleshed out a little bit more, just like 2 or 3. And they're, I don't want to call them plot holes, but they're just questions that I had at the end of the film. So who knows, they might be something that comes back up later at a later date in time. But if you have already had a chance to see Lightyear, why don't you drop down below in the comments and tell me what you thought about the film, and if you plan to take your family to go see Lightyear. I definitely think you should. I think it was a great movie going experience, great way to get kind of back into the theaters if you haven't done so already. And that is it for this video. So guys, I'll check you out in the next one. Toodles!